Gentlemen. Let's go, gentlemen. Let's go. Where we at? Let's go. Let's go. Come on, come on. Let's go. Let's go. All right, y'all. Where we at? Where we at? Alex says we have the worst yet most talented team in Georgia history. I give up. Don't know about the most talented team in Georgia. So definitely the most talented on defense, I will believe. Dragonfly Jones says Jake Fromm is doo-doo. My thoughts so far. What else you think I'm going to do? Like, come on, that sounds funny. Check down from isn't getting it done. What check down from are we talking about? He's actually going downfield a lot. Very confused by that. What do people watch? That's why I can't watch football with complete strangers. So dude is actually really going downfield a lot. Bad turf. Happy with the first half. Jake Fromm missing passes. Jake Fromm definitely missing passes. The receivers are missing catches as well. Injuries killing Georgia. Definitely for sure. LSU is showing why they're the best team. LSU is doing very, very good. You got to give a lot of credit to Georgia as well, man. They're not completely being able to take off on Georgia. The defensive game plan, you got to give your boys some credit, right? Now, this is some shit that I concocted in my head by just studying LSU a lot or whatever like that. Rush 3, drop 8. Remember I tell you with the flash defense on the field, have the green dog spy. They brought in different personnel, have Lewis Seen guarding Clyde Edwards-Helaire. So Edwards-Helaire hasn't been able to take off. You can't really say like Jamar Chase is taking off. Justin Jefferson has pretty much been erased. A lot of this shit has to do with nickel and diamond. So LSU is starting to pile up yards between the 20s, but they're not getting it done in the red zone again. Looking very Auburnish, right? Except for the fact that Georgia's offense is trash dookie. So people want to come here and talk about Jake Fromm. Where's the run game? Nobody wants to say nothing. Everybody always wants to talk about the quarterback because it's low-hanging fruit, and most people are casual fans. Drop passes here, definitely some missed throws. Not, you know what I'm saying? Nothing to say beyond that, right? He's not been on, but he's made some throws, and they've made some bonehead calls, and just something here or there on both teams. The shit could be a whole bunch of different ways. So I'll be honest with you, the way this shit started, man, you could have expected LSU to straight take off on Georgia, and they have not done that yet. And we'll see who makes the good halftime adjustments right there. But you got to like Georgia's defensive game plan, right? It's a very good defensive game plan. I couldn't concocted it better myself. All right, where we go? Pickens will make a difference, says Chris. Gucci said it's a good game, man. Marcellus says LSU has to score more. No edge running play, says Nakia. Chase says blah, 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 Georgia garbage. Yeah, dudes like that. Like anybody like to be friends with dudes like that and watch football with them? Negative. Let's go ahead and start the 40-year anniversary celebration. 1980 was a long time ago. Stop saying the same thing, says Santee. Joe Burrow's playing solid. Joe Burrow's a damn monster. Deion Jackson says Fromm is playing well. Don't know about playing well, but he's actually heated up. You know what I'm saying? He heated up on a couple of drives, and he's missed and pulled a string. I mean, he's got an ankle injury and shit like that. It is what it is with him, man. Somebody's mentioning the refs. We don't do that. Pass interference. Spartan says, what do you expect Georgia's offense to do in the second half? Do you think I expect them to do exactly what they've been doing? The passes are there, right? LSU is not a good pass defense, right? They're very opportunistic, right? They'll make you make a mistake, but I think if you line up and spread them out, you can see the shit is there, right? It's there. You just got to make the plays. Juggler Joe securing his Heisman. Juggler Joe is the Heisman. I'm confused. Juggler Joe is the Heisman Trophy winner. He's the baddest MFer right now. Until you get to the playoffs, though. You got to see that boy named Trevor Lawrence. No James Cook. Oh, my God. Dude, they never had James Cook. Why the fuck are people mentioning James Cook? This is the same shit that's been going on the entire year. If you come up in here mentioning some shit because you heard another man say it, don't come up in top billing. I don't do that shit. The fuck out of here. James Cook has like 5 catches and 5 rushes the entire year. Why are you mentioning him? Swift is banged up. Franz deep ball looking really good, actually. Franz deep ball has looking good. I don't know what people be watching, man. That shit to Demetrius Robertson, right? I've seen Joe Burrow throw some shit like that. And guess what? His receivers come back and adjust to the ball and make the play. Jamar Chase would have made that shit to Demetrius Robertson. He came out through that bitch to Tyler Simmons. Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson, they would have caught that pass. It's like, you know what I'm saying? So you can't always just blame the quarterback, man. They mentioned him because of his brother. They're not mentioning because of his brother. They're mentioning him because somebody had said something. James Cook doesn't do nothing the entire year. What do you mean, no James Cook? That's what it's par for the course then. All right, where we at? When the trenches win this game, LSU's trench, to me, LSU in the trench is busting, at least on the offensive side of the ball, busting that ass. LSU is playing like a championship natty winning team. You cannot take nothing from them at all. Are some of the people commenting, watching the same game? I am. Block that. Block. What do you mean? I can't block people. This is going to have to be my mods here. I don't think I have any mods here. I think they'll let Swift loose in the second half. They have no choice. Georgia's receivers are killing them. Don't tell that to these casual ass fans that want to blame everything about Jake Fromm. So anybody who actually played football out there, and it's not these clown ass dudes who come in here talking about Jake Fromm. What happened on that interception that Derek Stingley got? What would have happened, right? I seen the same exact pass to Jamar Chase against Trayvon Diggs, right? We got a lot of mileage out of that pass. What did Jamar Chase do in that situation? He adjusted to the ball. He just came back and adjusted to the ball. Tyler Simmons looked at this shit, knew that he was out leveraged, right? That shit ain't on no quarterback. That's some shit where you let your quarterback down. Readjust what you're doing, come back to the ball and fight for it. That's what you do. But he's throwing. Come on, let's be real here. Who is he throwing to? That interception was a bad throw. Anybody out there would think that would be a bad throw? It's a fucking vertical throw. He threw it right on the money. That's up to the receiver to adjust back to the ball. You don't see LSU's receivers getting caught up on some shit like that. Jamar Chase would have stopped, came back and jumped and leaped up and at least broke up the pass. That's what I'm saying. Most of you dudes don't know shit about football, man. Why you be cool? Don't tune into me if you don't know shit about football. I got a new thing. I only want to talk to real football heads. Nah, I'm tired of the casuals. He did miss some wide open dudes for real. And there's some wide open dudes who miss catches as well. So why can't people tell this shit the same way? Man said that was a 50-50 ball. LSU has thrown 50-50 balls as well. But guess what? Their receivers have come down at the very least, make sure that it's not intercepted. Right? But it is what it is. Somebody said that, what? I'm acting like a casual. Who says this shit? Stiction? Explain yourself, Playboy. Let's get it. What do we have to do to get back in this game? I'm not sure who we is. Georgia has to get back in the game and just continue to do what it does, man. It's got to hit those open passes. The passing game is there. If you can't see that the passing game is not there, I don't know what to tell you. They got to get better at that, and it's got to happen extremely quick. But I mean, it's not from it being there, right? So at the very least, you know that that's there. Maybe George Pickens comes in and he's the spark that you need or whatever like that. But you did a great job. Georgia did a great job of. It's not an insurmountable lead by any stretch of the imaginations. Or if you're wasting your breath, whatever, man. UGA's DBs are playing great. They're making it very hard on LSU. I don't know why I see nobody. James Coley has dotted up. UGA has missed. That's for sure. Terrence has been messing up. Yeah, Terrence Marshall had a bad that should have been a touchdown right there, right? So they both had that. That should have been a long-ass completion or a touchdown to Tyler Simmons to open that shit up. And Demetrius Robertson and Terrence Marshall had the one hit off his hands as well. Georgia's DBs are holding. Somebody's in here crying like a bitch. If they don't call it, then you a bitch. Don't cry hard, dog. We plot. Come on, fam. Get the fuck out of here. UGA playing good, just not executing. Niggas come in here crying about the ref. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Don't cry about the refs, dog. The refs is on both sides. You know what I mean? Tyler Simmons has stone hands. He does. Demetrius is terrible. I'm trying to tell y'all, I don't know why y'all think Demetrius Robertson is some type of godsend or something like that. You got to readjust. This is what I do, right? If I do some shit, I'll come back and I'll apologize, right? Demetrius Robertson is not what I thought he was going to be. But like injury hurts. But like injury does hurt. Juggler Joe is killing it. Juggler Joe is the absolute monster. I love Juggler Joe. Georgia going vertical is the key. Just a few bad breaks. Yeah, keep going vertical, man. I tell you, the further the ball goes down the field to me, LSU can't compete as well. And I tell you this, man, if you want to go downfield, maybe Stingley's not your guy. Stingley can be had, though, on these quick game shits. You see me document this shit throughout the year on the quick game shit. I think you can get him on that if you want to do that. As far as getting on Georgia, going against Georgia, LSU's defense is playing very good, man. Very, very, very good sound gap style defense against the run. and then forcing shit to go to the air. You can't. LSU's just playing a very solid game. There's really nothing to really say about that. That pass to himself was cold. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you're getting that type of shit, right? You're batting passes down. Joe Burrow catches a pass and then goes, or you blitz. And what I tell y'all about blitzing jugular Joe Burrow? He's going for the jugular vein. Why are you blitzing him? You can listen to Gary Danielson's dumbass talk about rushing 3 and dropping 8 all you want, but guess what it does? It forces the ball further down the field. That's what my whole thing was. Do not give up the quick shit to Joe Burrow because he's going to kill it all day long. He's completing 8 out of 10 passes. Anything in the middle of the field, slants and all that shit, he's killing it. So what that does is it forces the ball further down the field, and those are lower percentage throws. Even though they're higher percentage throws than most because of the type of receivers LSU has, they're still lower percentage throws. So it's a good game plan on both sides. Lewis Cine is a surprise. He's surprisingly slow. That's what he is. Lewis Cine is hella slow. He was getting outran by Joe Burrow and Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Those are the two slowest people on their offense, if you think about it, right? Not saying that they're super slow or anything like that, but imagine if Lewis Cine was going against Chase or Marshall or somebody like that. Georgia defense is really good, but I don't like the 3-man rush. I love the 3-man rush. It's forcing the ball down the field. If somebody has to hold on to some shit for 9 seconds, you won. You won. You forced them to make a great play. That's what you did. He made a great play to Jamar Chase, but that was a low-ass percentage throw that he had. Rushing him and doing all that shit like that, the shit gets higher percentage because he's just going to target the middle of the field and it's going to be pitch and catch. You forced him to hold the ball for 9 seconds. What you have to do, though, is time those green dog blitzes a lot. What a green dog is a guy who's your spot like Adam Anderson. He's sitting there, right, until he feels the absolute time that he should rush, right? And he has to take a proper angle. He didn't do it on that particular one, right? He waited a little bit too long, but he had one just before, right, when they made them kicking the field goal and they missed it. He rushed right at the right time. That's when N'Kobe Dean was on Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He made him shoot that bitch before he wanted to shoot it. So I feel you. What up, Top? UGA should get pass rushers in the game instead of run stoppers. I don't see any run stoppers in the game, bro. They literally have every single flash package guy out there. Lewis Cine, Jermaine Johnson's out there. They're switching N'Kobe Dean. And the fact that Lewis Cine out there should let you know something. That means Tate Crowder's not out there, right? Adam Anderson, you see him in the game the entire damn game. They literally are playing for the pass. They have a great defensive game plan going right here. And that shit is limiting, it's forcing explosive plays, and all they have to do is what I tell y'all, right? I did this shit about DJ Daniel. Y'all can't tell me that DJ Daniel is not stepping up, right? Going downfield and shit like that. That kid is very good. So some of y'all people kept coming up here telling me about Tyson Campbell. Tyson Campbell, please don't ask me about him no more. Not over DJ Daniel. Like, you know what I'm saying? Wait till next year, some shit like that. But as at this particular point in time, I told you, we don't know if Tyson Campbell was good or not because he wasn't being targeted. Now he's being targeted, and he does not look that good to me. DJ Daniel looks very good to me. It seems like UGA's defense kind of figured things out in the second quarter. DJ Daniel balling. Wipe your feet. Yeah, thank you, everybody. Wipe your feet. Make sure you come in and wipe your feet. This is a fantastic game, man. I really do love I think LSU is a better team than Georgia. They are a better team than Georgia for whatever the circumstances are, whether it be injuries or the way the offense is playing, whatever. LSU is a better team than Georgia. LSU has designs on a national championship, but Georgia's not going away. It just shows you, you know what I'm saying? That's why I love defense. In my heart, that's why I love defense no matter the sport. Can't wait to watch some good defensive boxing tonight or whatever like that. It just shows you defense nullifies some shit. We'll see how it goes in the second half. But man, this is a fucking chess match beyond chess matches. This shit is perfect, brilliant. I'm gonna watch this shit probably like 10 more times. I absolutely love the chess match between Georgia's defense and LSU's offense. It's the two. If you weren't coming into this game and you were a LSU, one of these staunch homers that we had on the channel, you had to at the very least be like, man, Georgia's defense is very good, very fast. LSU has been on LSU's side a lot too. Luck has been on LSU's side a lot too. Hey man, sometimes you make your own luck, man. That's what it is. LSU is just great. So I'm just chilling, listening to Murph, and I think, what the F is Georgia going to do next year? Not sure, bro. It probably depends on how if Private Jake Fromm comes back or not or whatever like that. Boxing match didn't already happen. Don't say nothing about that boxing match or whatever like that. There's more boxing tonight, but don't be spoiling some shit for your boy. That green dog lesson was hard, says Healy. Tyson Campbell is community pussy. Tyson Campbell is being treated like community pussy tonight, y'all. Everybody knows what community pussy is, right? Except me, you know what I'm saying? I was never the one to get down with the community pussy. Some of y'all had to do the community pussy, not Murph. All right, if Fromm leaves, who is QB1 next year? Who cares? You're in the middle of the SEC championship game. We'll talk about that at another time. Let's talk about this. Delpit back. Grant Delpit's been doing very good on that blitz, but you see Grant Delpit in coverage too. He was getting spun like a dreidel. But come on, man. He's Grant Delpit. He's just the best. Jefferson has been quiet. I said that. I said Jefferson when I came on. I said Jefferson is extinct. You know why? Because Georgia focused on that slot receiver. What did I tell you? The key to slowing down LSU at the very least is not getting that slot work popped on you, because they want higher percentage throws. It's the path of least resistance, and that's coming from the inside game, right? Guys like Justin Jefferson, Thad Moss, and these guys aren't a factor right now, right? So they're having to go on the outside, and they're having to go deep. LSU just so happens to be great at both, and they can still manufacture some yardage. So what you want to do is, if you're Georgia, is just not allow them to have high percentage throws and bust your ass. It was good, looking like that at the beginning, but then, like some of y'all have said, they kind of figured it out in the second quarter. All right, is it time to go yet? Let me know when it's time to go. LSU redshirt wide receiver Pickens is back for UGA. I don't get that, Bradley. LSU redshirt. I'm about to come back to that. UGA had drops too. Yeah, people like Creole, they only see shit one way. He clearly didn't see the drops by the receivers for Georgia, but I mean, it is what it is, man. These Creole people, I hope these guys kind of disappear when this game is over. I really do want real football. It's fun to talk sports with real football heads, no matter which side they're on, because I'm neutral in this shit. I just don't like to hear people like this dude or whatever, like not mentioning like shit happening to the other teams as well. So Tyler Simmons with the butters, he's been butter. He's definitely got hands on backwards, right? He got bones in the palm of his hands. All right. He called Pickens our fifth string wide receiver clueless. I don't know what to tell you about that. Murphy is 100% correct on everything he is saying as far as Georgia D. They have to rush 3 and drop, or this game will get out of control. It is, man. Force them to make those. Man, they're doing. I'm telling you, it's a very good defensive game plan, and it's a very good offensive game plan as well. But as we said before, it's Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He's not getting off in the run game. The thing what Georgia has going for itself is it can organically stop the run, right? It doesn't have to do much of it. They have just good gap principles and gap integrity. They practice a lot of gaps in this there. How do you feel about Derek Stingley? Moreover than I felt about him the entire season. I love Derek Stingley, man. Derek Stingley is the truth. The game is far from over. It was a good pun there. Murph always, thank you, RT, for becoming a member. Make sure you guys become a member as well, man. Hit your boy up, man. So is a lot of people in here hating, man. Let's get the thumbs up button, man. I come on the halftime John for you. Ole Miss names, Lane Kiffin, the head coach, is about to be off the chain. And I was told that it's looking like his DC could be Charlie Strong and his OC could be Kendall Browse. Now, that would be hard. I might have to, you know what I'm saying? I have to replace my LSU coverage with Ole Miss coverage. All right, where we at? Was that a T for LSU at the beginning? I think it was a TD for LSU at the beginning. It is. There's some plays on there where it could have went either way or whatever. There's another catch in there. I'm like, like the thing with Clyde Edwards-Helaire's wrist or whatever like that. That could have went so-and-so, but I think they made the right call on both of those plays. I think there was a touchdown, and I think Edwards-Helaire didn't fumble. Tell me about how Georgia was going to run all over us. We're at halftime. What is this dude doing? Like, why are you up here? Tell me about how LSU was going to score 67 points on Georgia or go up 21-0 in the first 3 possessions and shit like that. Relax, bro. We're doing football here. If you're a chick or whatever like that, go get that fucking thong that you wear, right? That little furry thong. Put them shit on, snap that shit on nicely or whatever like that, and take your monkey ass to the strip club and work it. There's real men up in here. LSU will probably lock Pickens down. They should open the middle up. Peyton says, y'all quit the Fansville stuff. Coley is actually calling good plays for once. I don't know. A lot of them first down plays, I feel like he's still running in the middle too much. They don't even have to, they don't even really have to run the ball, to be honest with you. I just think LSU is something inherently bad about LSU's pass defense, at least in this game, right? Because they're focusing on the run. They're putting extra bodies in the box on the run, in which they should. So got to hit those plays through the air, and they're available for that to be happening. McGriff says this is a great game. Santee said inside zone. Bet on how long it takes LSU to get Pickens thrown out. What you talking about? Pickens throw himself out, man. That's what I had. I was a troubled youth. I can't front. You know what I'm saying? I was a troubled gang member. I gang bang. I did everything you could think of. I had to realize that it was myself that was fucking up and stop blaming everyone else. Pickens has issues, bro. He needs to you know what I'm saying? Clue that shit out. Where we at? Does anyone see Phillips and Queen take bad drops and angles on every pass play? That's definitely not their strong suit. Definitely not their strong suit. Murph was a GD. I don't want to name that, but you're not. Let's just say you're not too far off. Randy Hogan, thank you for being a member. I appreciate it. I don't think Pickens will be a factor, to be honest. I think he has a chance to be a factor. If Landers was out there making a few catches or a couple of catches or whatever like that, Pickens can do it as well. If UGA somehow comes back and wins, does LSU still make? LSU should make the playoffs no matter what. LSU is perhaps the best team in the country, and one loss to Georgia wouldn't mean anything to me. Be honest with you, I picked this shit right here. This is what I had going into my mind right here. I felt Georgia would win this game, and then I felt LSU would win the rematch in the playoffs. I expect LSU to be in the playoffs. Murph, what grades do you have so far for LeCount and Webb? LeCount's not that good, and Webb is not that good. So I'm going to give them both Ds. LeCount had a good breakup, though, on that. And I believe they were in cover 2, and he broke the ball up in the end zone. But other than that, look at the other shit he was doing. He blitzed one time on Clyde Edwards-Helaire and bounced off his ass, and I could see his eyes roll back in his head again. I was like, he's concussed. How about Dean? Dean made a good play, bro. Jason looked so out of place dropping in the coverage. He did. He looked stiff as a mug. And he got beat. Who was that ran like that? I think it was Tyler Simmons. He definitely looked like he didn't have that. It's time to go. Is it time to go? Webb already got beat deep. Webb got beat deep and he got benched. You saw that they put in Devod Wilson, at least for a series or two. They had put in Devod Wilson and then and Stevenson was already out there. But how about Stevenson starting the game out, right? Man-to-man coverage on Thad Moss. Thad Moss hasn't gotten off yet as well. I can't wait for the second half, man. It's a lot of football to be played, right? You got a lot of bird type dudes up in here and shit like that. It's a lot of football to be played. Just relax. Hope they keep him on the bench. Yeah, it's about to come back on soon. All right, y'all, just let me know when it's on. We'll keep talking here for a second. Do you think UJ? Come on, man, get the thumbs up popping, man. We should be at 250. We don't have 500 people up in here, and we can't even get to 250 because everybody be hating, bro. But they still be watching. All right, RT, thank you. I'll see you after the game. I will be back after the game, so make sure you come in and wipe your feet straight up and hit the thumbs up button for your boy, and do what it is. False call. We're not back on yet. Jefferson MIA, yeah, man. They're those middle inside corners for Georgia doing work. A lot of people MIA for Georgia too, though. Swift is MIA, and all these guys are MIA. Shout outs to Granddaddy Geriatric Rashard Lawrence, baby. My boy was out there balling with gap control. Shout outs to Tyler Shelvin was getting it in. Man, a lot of people doing work on LSU's offensive line. So they're playing with great gap integrity as well, and they're adding extra attention to the box and really limiting that Georgia run game. Shout outs to Dave Aranda, you know what I'm saying? As weird as he is or whatever like that, I knew he was going to come with some shit, right? Like, hi, Murph. Hi. Murph, you like my defensive game plan today? It's on the commercial. Where we at? Appreciate it, gentleman, George. Love the channel. Here to learn some football. Thank you, Jamar. Georgia could hurt us with outside zone too. Yeah, but they're not going to run it for some odd reason. Andrew Thomas, let Rashad go free on that tackle for loss. Well, that's what the call was, bro. He was the free release, right? If he wouldn't have handed the ball out, Jake Fromm could have took it and then ran up in the middle. That's what it was. He didn't let him go. That's what the blocking call was. Just like you said, Murph, Webb, and Reed taking bad angles. I never said that Reed will take bad angles. That's not mine. I don't claim that shit. I love J.R. Reed, but yeah, he's taking bad angles. But yeah, Mark Webb is doo-doo trash. Let's go get it. Game is back. Suspenseful slaughter. Game way better than it should be. Says cleanup. Of course, cleanup is going to say that. We know him as a staunch LSU homer. All right, see you guys after the game. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button. At least get it to 300. You know what I'm saying? Help your boy out. I'm always giving y'all that work. Are there any UGA receivers who can beat man coverage? Negative, captain. It just is what it is, man. But it doesn't matter if they can beat man coverage or not. It's all Jake Fromm's fault. Mark Weld, terrible. He's just terrible, y'all. Just terrible. In my Charles Barkley impression. Pickens back. Doo-doo trash, says Shannon Burgess. Will Pickens make a difference? He definitely has the opportunity. There's definitely a void there. It's time to go, y'all. All right, thank y'all as well. See you guys after the game. Peace.